We're in the success series. I want to submit to you today that the number one reason, and the reason I save it for last, that people are not successful today is because they're just not teachable. They have no discipline. Now, granted, I don't play music by reading. I went from playing guitar, I know how to play the keyboards, I can play the drums, I can play the bass. I play 5 different instruments, and none of them do I read sheet music for. And I don't know music theory. I play an old-fashioned way called by ear. So if I hear the note, I can play the note. If I hear the chord, I can play the chord. Just give me the key and I'm there. But that takes a certain amount of discipline. Now, the reason why I say discipline is because discipline is not just the practice, but discipline is the teachability. And the reason I was able to learn how to play by ear and play any style of music from jazz to R&B to gospel music is I sat up under some of the greatest teachers that I could find. And they took a guy who only knew how to play percussion to teaching him how to play guitar. I would find great guitar players, and I would go to shows to meet great guitar players, and I would sit down with them before or after the show, and I would say, can you show me how to do what you just did? And they would sit down and they would show me and take the patience to show me. And then I would go home, watch this, the other side of discipline. I wasn't just teachable, but I was able to have the discipline to practice what I was taught. I'm already preaching. Because some of us are good at getting information, we're just not good at using information. Some of us are good at hearing instruction, we're just not good at following instructions. But what made me a great musician and able to go from guitar and then be able to get studio jobs and I played for some of the biggest artists that you know. I played for all kinds of artists, and I would travel the country playing, doing studio work, doing live shows. I played in Carnegie Hall, Symphony Hall, The Beacon, the biggest theaters, live shows, thousands of people. And I had to be disciplined. And each one of those levels that I got to, there were people that got put into my life to share and pour into my life. But I had to receive it. Are you hearing me? My success on that instrument, every door that instrument opened, was not just my ability to do a thing. It was ability to be taught a thing. It was an ability to be poured into. It was an ability to then put back out that which was poured into me. In other words, if I sat with a great guitar player, back in the day we called that your axe, and he pulled out his axe and he showed me how to do a riff, guess what? I was going to do the riff the same way he showed me 100 times in a row. It wasn't until I mastered what my teacher taught me that I would then veer off and add in my own flavor. See, because discipline requires you to be teachable. And this is what Proverbs is getting at in Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 8. Pull it up on the screen. Watch this. It says, can you pull up the NIV? I want to show the NIV version first, if you have that, the NIV version. Whoever disregards discipline, you see this? Whoever disregards it comes to poverty and shame. But whoever heeds correction is honored. I need you to see this very quickly. This is a very easy text to understand. You have two choices here. The word discipline here is the word musar. It actually means, watch this, it means not what you think. Discipline here is not like taking out something and chastising. That's only one side of the word. The word discipline here, musar, actually means to be trained. So it's the idea of teachability. It's whoever disregards being trained. Here's what happens. Two things. They come to means, watch this. Whatever happens if you can't be taught won't happen to you fast. Who am I talking to this morning? It's going to happen to you slowly. And here are the two things that happen to people who can't be taught. People who have no discipline. People that you can't pour into. Two things. Number one, they put an economic cap on their life. The word is poverty. That means their economy is limited. In other words, my wealth is tied to my ability to be taught about wealth. Watch this. My wealth is not tied to what I hear somebody say. My wealth is not tied to me being born necessarily in the right zip code. The true unlocking of my wealth, my personal success in terms of finances, is my ability to sit up under somebody that know more about money than me, glean everything I can, and apply it. Who am I talking to in this house? I didn't learn about money from myself. I learned about money from people who had it.